Hello and welcome. So today the topic of discussion is superposition theorem. Lot of theorems are there in DC network to find out the branch currents. So one among them is superposition theorem. Let's discuss. Superposition theorem. Before starting superposition theorem, let me tell you, when there are multiple number of sources, that is two or more than two, then we have to apply this theorem to find out the branch currents. So this is a small circuit. Solving this small circuit, finding out the branch current, parallelly we'll be going through this superposition theorem, and it will be clean and clear that how this superposition theorem is used. Let's start. Here the circuits is having two source, that is 50 volt and one is 20 volt. And one more thing, let me tell you, there are some principles of superposition theorem. The first principle is that first you judge what are the sources, whether it is a voltage source or current source. If it is a voltage source, we are going to replace this voltage source by short circuiting. Same, if it is a current source, we have to replace that current source by open circuiting. So when I discuss this problem, we'll be going through. Here we are having two voltage source, and as sorry, and as I have told, two or more than two sources are there, then we have to apply this theorem. So here two sources are there. So if two sources are there, we have to solve this circuit by applying superposition theorem in three steps. First step, we have to consider one source, eliminate other source. Consider one source means, for example, here two sources are there, one is 50 volt and another one is 20 volt. So if I am considering 50 volt, I have to eliminate 20 volt. And how I have to eliminate? As I have told, if it is a voltage source, we have to eliminate it by short circuiting. Example, sorry. This was the circuit. Here the source was there. What was the source? It was 30 volt, right? Sorry, it was 20 volt. Hope the circuit is visible. So this was the source, and as I have told, we have to consider one source, eliminate another source. So first I am considering 50 volt and I am going to eliminate 20 volt by default. So now if I am going to eliminate this 20 volt, this is the voltage source. So how I am going to eliminate it? I am going to eliminate it by short circuiting. So this will be the next circuit. Means I have eliminated this voltage. Right? So this is my first step. When I am applying superposition theorem, this is my first step. I have considered 50 volt and as per the superposition principle and eliminated the other source, that was the voltage source of 30 volt. So now I have to find out the current in 30 ohm. So first, to find out the current, I have to find out the R equivalent. All of you know how to find out the R equivalent. It is very simple. 10 plus 20 and 30 are parallel to each other. So in this way, if I find the R equivalent, already the pre-calculation value, I am not going to calculate it on the board. All of you know the calculation, and the pre-calculation value for R equivalent. Can you just help me out? The pre-calculation value for R equivalent I am getting here is 22 ohm. I am not calculating and I am not going in details because all of you know the calculation. So finding out R equivalent, I am getting 22 ohm. So now, what is the current value? As per the formula, it is V by R equivalent. And the voltage over here is 50. R equivalent we have got 22. And the pre-calculated value I am having is, it is 2.27 ampere. I am repeating once again, I am not calculating the values over the board. Already I have pre-calculated it, just I am writing it down. You can cross-check it afterward. So the value is 2.27. But our aim is to find out the current in 30 ohm. So applying current division rule, we can find out the current in 30 ohm. All of you know how to find out the value of current by applying current division rule. So it is 2.27. We have got the total current, the opposite resistance. We have to find out the current in 30 ohm. So what is the opposite resistance for 30? It is 20 by total resistance, that is 20 plus 30. So we are getting the value as I have pre-calculated it. It is 0.908 downwards. Means sorry, means in my first step, considering 50 volt, I have got the current value in 30 ohm is 0.908 downwards. Similarly, this is my first step already completed, and we have found out the current, right? So now I am going to remove all these things. Now what will be my second step? As I have repeated, once again I am repeating. As much as the sources, that much is the step. So there were two sources. One was 50 volt, another one was 20 volt. So already I have considered 50 volt and eliminated 20 volt. Right now I am going to consider 20 volt and I am going to eliminate this volt sources. This is the source volt. Sorry, once again it is. And the circuit will be finally like this. This is the second step I am continuing. And in second step, the same way as you have found out the current in first step in 30 ohm by considering 50 volt, the same way you have to find out the current value of this 30 ohm flowing in this 30 ohm by considering 20 volt. Already you have short circuited by eliminating 50 volt. So all the calculation method, you are aware about that. You have to find out the R equivalent, and the R equivalent will be, all of you are aware that how to find out R equivalent. So my pre-calculated value for the second step is R equivalent I am getting 35 ohm, and repeatedly I am repeating. You can cross check this calculation because already I have pre-calculated these values. So I have got the R equivalent 35 ohm. Then again current is V by R. Right now what is the value of voltage? 20 volt. And what is my R equivalent? 35. So I am getting a value of I am getting a value of 0.727 ampere. All these are pre-calculated value, you can cross check it. So now, what is the current flowing in 30 ohm? You can apply the current division rule again. So it is, the total current is 0.727 into the opposite resistance is 10 by total resistance 40. So again you are getting a value 1. You are getting a value 0.181 ampere downwards. Means in second step, by considering 20 volt, you are getting a current of 0.181 ampere and it is also flowing downward. So finally, right now I am erasing all this thing. Already we have got the value. So as per the superposition theorem principle, 2 steps I have completed. First I have completed for 50 volt, means considering 50 volt, and I have got a current value in my first step. I have got a current value and the current value was 0.908. I hope you remember 0.908 and it was downward. In my second step, by considering 20 volt, I got the value 0.181 downward. Right? So for the circuit, we have got 2 currents, that is I1 0.908 downward and I2 0.181 downward. So my final step is to add these 2 currents and addition. All of you know, if the currents direction are same, we have to add the current. If the direction are opposite, we have to subtract the value. And very simple, as you can see, both the currents are flowing downward in 30 ohm. So you have to add the value, and by adding the value, I is equal to I1 plus I2, that is 0.908 plus 0.181, you are getting the value 1.089 ampere downward. This is my final answer. Hope you have got it. How to solve the problems by applying superposition theorem. Yes, I have not shown a current source over here, but for a current source, you can simply open the circuit. For example, if this here is a current source of 20 ampere rather than 20 volt, so what you can do, you just can eliminate this. Just I am showing with an example. Let me show you the circuit. Suppose here a current source is given rather than voltage source. The same thing you have to repeat. You have to consider one source, eliminate another source. Considering voltage source means you have to eliminate the other source, and the other source is current source. What I have told, if you are eliminating the current source, rather than short circuiting, you have to open circuit it. That means after open circuiting it, the circuit will be somewhat like this. Right? This will be my circuit. And after this circuit, we know that how to solve the things, R equivalent, current, and we have to find out the things. Okay? So thank you. Hope this helps.